I've trained calisthenics for 10 years. I've solely focused on strength. But what's on the other side? What can we learn from endurance? This is my journey to running a 70-kilometer ultramarathon in Japan. Okie dokie, boys and girls, it is day 42 of Road to Shimanami, and today let's talk about body weight and height in calisthenics. Does it matter, right? I'm talking about this after doing some one-arm planche attempts and some one-arm handstand attempts already at a body weight of 74 kilos, the heaviest body weight I've ever been pretty much, right? And I forgot to breathe properly, so hence the nosebleed. So don't forget to breathe when you're doing calisthenics because otherwise, well, you end up like this. But let's talk about topic at hand. Does body weight and height matter? Short answer, yes, but the important answer is it doesn't matter that it matters. It doesn't matter as much that it matters, right? Because when you're doing calisthenics or any sport in the world, basically, the limit you're bumping into is not your physical limit most of the time, right? Whether you're 1 centimeter, like 1 meter and 60 centimeters, like 5'5" or whatever, and you weigh 50 kilos, or you weigh 80 kilos and you're 1 meter 90, you have different physical limits. I agree, right? You cannot deny that. That's physics, I guess. And even though we try to deny physics in calisthenics, you cannot deny that it exists. But at the same time, that's not the limit you're running into, because the true limit that you're running into when it comes to your training is the limit of your mind. And what I mean by that is, well, when you look at all of the guys on social media, there's a couple guys out there who are like 1 meter and 85 centimeters and 80 kilos, and they're doing Malteses or Maltese presses or even more than that, right? They're doing a bunch of crazy stuff, right? That normally you would think only the small guys are able to do. But the truth is, there are some big guys doing them too. And so you might be 1 meter 95, I guess, right? And you might weigh 90 kilos instead. Congratulations, you weigh 10 kilos more and you're 10 centimeters taller than the guy who's doing multiple Maltese presses. But if you think about it, are those 10 kilos and those 10 centimeters the difference between, you doing 7 Maltese presses and you being stuck at tuck planche? No, it's not, right? The limit is in your head because, somewhere online you read, oh, being tall for calisthenics is bad. And then you plant this excuse in your head as to why it's okay that you're stuck at tuck planche. And now that it's okay to stick at tuck planche, well, you don't have any reason to advance. So you're kind of, in this self-fulfilling prophecy, and your body will adapt to what you expect of it. But if you expect yourself to be stuck at tuck planche, well, congratulations. You are now kind of satisfied. Why would you even want to progress, right? But if you can surpass that, if you can, put your expectations further, then you can basically, your body will adapt to whatever you expect of it. So, for example, I'm training for almost 10 years, right? And I used to be, in my first couple of years of calisthenics, I went from like 55 to 60 kilos, and that was my body weight for a long time. So I was doing Malteses, I was doing planches, I was doing one-arm planches at 60 kilo body weight. And then over the years, you get injured, you lose some stuff, and then you come back and you lose some stuff, and you come back and this and that. But I was growing from someone, I started at 16, right? I was growing from someone who's 16 years of age, not fully grown, into someone 18, 20, 22, and so on, now 26 years old. And my body weight went from 60 kilos to 62 to 65 to 67, 69, now at 74. And all of those times when I came back, I was able to achieve what I had previously achieved, even though I was feeling heavier. How is that possible? It's because the mindset, right? I wasn't really thinking about body weight yet. Of course, I tried to stay lighter because I noticed, hey, if I'm feeling lighter on the day, I'm getting a bit stronger. But at the same time, I already did those certain skills at a certain body weight once, and even though I gained a couple kilos, I expected myself to be able to do them again if I trained for it, and so I did, right? And I even surpassed them. I became the strongest in planche and front lever last year during my bulking phase when I was the heaviest I was, ever. So It's your mindset. It's what you expect of yourself. So don't forget that, right? You hear so many times like, oh, I'm 1 meter, like I'm 6 foot. I will never be able to do planche. Well, congratulations. You might not be able to do planche ever because you're not expecting yourself to do it, right? That's the entire problem. So don't let it weigh you down, literally, right? Don't let the weight and the long lever weigh you down. Just expect more of yourself, I guess, right? And once you're able to put yourself over that, mental limit, then you can start moving towards your physical limit. But at the moment, you're still stuck in the mental. I feel like that's the case in many cases. For me as well, right? I'm trying to relearn the one-arm planche. It's only gonna succeed if I expect myself to do it. But anyway, I feel like I've been yapping for an entirety, like an eternity. So yeah, I'll see what I will do with the video.